It is the year 2008. Textiles Trans LLC begins the implementation of the clustered project for extensive cotton processing with a total value of $73 million. Textiles Trans LLC was the first to start working with a fully integrated production from cotton planting to finished garments. Textiles Trans LLC continuously provides employment opportunities. It strives to achieve 100% cleaner production. Also, our enterprise has for the first time managed to grow cotton in the Chuy region. But first things first. Since its founding, the Textiles Trans LLC set itself a goal of creating a fully integrated textile manufacturing. Stage 1. Growing raw cotton. Stage 2. Cleaning of raw cotton and ginning. Separation of lint and seed. Some of the seeds are deposited for sewing, while others are sent to make soap, oil, and livestock feed. The stage of obtaining fiber is the most important step, as it kicks off all textile products consisting of yarn, knitted and woven fabrics, hosiery goods, and finished garments. To date, the company is already growing cotton on its own in the Chuy region, finding here optimal conditions for the best types of cotton. With a sown area of 300 hectares, we are able to obtain 1,100 tons of raw cotton. By the year 2024, it is planned to increase these indicators to 10,000 hectares and 35,000 tons of raw material respectively. So the next stage after harvesting raw cotton is its cleaning. For the implementation of the cluster project in the Chuy region, it is planned to build a cotton refinery plant with an annual capacity of 12,000 tons of cotton fiber. In addition to fiber production, our plant is capable of producing 16,000 tons of livestock feed, 4,000 tons of oil, 1,500 tons of soap, and the same amount of seeds. Meanwhile, the enterprise has long established the production of its own yarn. A spinning mill in the village of Chuy in Chuy region produces 800 tons of yarn per year. By the year 2024, this figure is planned to be increased to 12,000 tons. The policy of the enterprise is aimed at the development of the region and the country as a whole. So, Textiles Trans LLC created a number of enterprises on the basis of the old Kyrgyz Chinese paper mill, spinning mill, garment factory, textile waste recycling plant, construction gloves manufacturing plant. The factories of the enterprise are producing more than 3,400 tons of knitted fabric, with a staff of 200 people and $12 million of total investment. This is the largest factory in Kyrgyzstan, which was launched thanks to the Russian Kyrgyz Development Fund. It employs hundreds of people and contributes millions of tax revenues to the national budget. In addition to the textile and knitting factory, Textiles Trans LLC has its own clothing and hosiery manufacturing. Textiles Trans LLC has its own clothing and hosiery manufacture. The garment factory of the enterprise is one of the largest in the country. As a demonstration of the success of the fully integrated production strategy, our company has developed its own brand of clothing for the whole family. Maniki. The success of this brand proves that quality is built from the very beginning of the production process. In the future, the Maniki brand will compete with global brands in the CIS countries and the whole world. With the full implementation of the cluster project, it will be possible to create the most optimal value chain of cotton processing. Thanks to the concept of a full integration, we will reach an unprecedented level of environmental friendliness and zero waste production. With the constant and steady growth of production, the demand for manpower is also growing. Currently, the company provides jobs for 1,270 people. In the future, with the full implementation of the cluster project, we will increase this figure to 19,300 people. From the first day of its existence, the enterprise has laid the foundations of a policy of using only raw materials and materials produced in Kyrgyzstan for manufacturing. Thus, all investments made in production remain in the country. Today, the turnover of Textiles Trans LLC is more than $8 million. over $7 million of export and $4 million of import, $3.5 million of positive trade performance, over 43 million sums of tax revenue. In 2024, these figures will reach the following levels. 370 million sums are planned for tax revenues alone. Investing in Textiles Trans LLC, especially in the expansion of a textile and knitting factory, is an investment in the entire textile industry of the country, as well as the creation of new jobs. Currently, the expansion of the textile and knitting factory is planned, which includes the construction of new buildings for the production of woven fabrics, an increase in the volume of knitted fabrics, the launch of production of yarn and fiber dyeing, and an increase in the number of employees. With due level of investment, by the end of 2021, the company plans to increase the overall performance of the textile and knitting factory up to 9,500 tons of knitted fabric, 500 staff members, and $21 million of investment. After the expansion, Textile and Knitting Factory will be able to produce up to 2,000 tons of woven fabric per year. Moreover, the enterprise will be able to dye fibers and yarns in commensurate volumes. The quality achieved upon full implementation of the enterprise cluster project will become a source of continuous growth of Kyrgyzstan's reputation in the world market.